Welcome, friends, to a journey of self-discovery and inner strength. Today, we're diving into the world of Stoicism, exploring 10 powerful attributes of those who master the art of speaking less in a world that never seems to quiet down. These individuals stand out not for their loudness, but for their profound impact. Are you ready to unlock the secrets of those who've mastered the power of silence? Let's begin. Imagine standing in the eye of a storm, calm and collected, while chaos swirls around you. This is the essence of our first attribute, strategic silence. It's not about being quiet for the sake of it, but about understanding the power of a well-placed pause. Think about a heated debate or a crucial negotiation. When everyone's voices rise, what happens when someone chooses not to speak? Suddenly, all eyes turn to them. Their silence becomes magnetic, drawing attention and curiosity. This, my friends, is strategic silence in action. But why is this so powerful? Well, in the words of the great Stoic philosopher Epictetus, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we can listen twice as much as we speak. When we choose silence, we're not just avoiding words, but creating space for observation, understanding, and making decisions not based on impulse, but on wisdom. Picture this. You're in a meeting, and someone throws a challenging question your way. Instead of scrambling for an immediate response, you take a moment, breathe in that pause. You're not just buying time, but demonstrating control. You're showing that you value thoughtful responses over quick reactions. This strategic silence isn't about being passive, far from it. It's an active choice, a powerful tool in your Stoic arsenal. It's about understanding that every word carries weight, and sometimes the most impactful thing you can say is nothing at all. But how do we cultivate this attribute? Start small. Next time you're in a conversation, challenge yourself to wait 5 seconds before responding. Feel the urge to fill the silence and then let it be. Watch how this small change shifts the dynamic and how it gives you time to formulate more thoughtful responses. Remember, in a world that's constantly buzzing, your strategic silence can be a superpower. It commands respect, invites curiosity, and, most importantly, gives you the space to approach life with the calm and considered wisdom of a true Stoic. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Your strategic silence is a testament to this inner strength, a sign that you're in control, not of others, but of yourself. So are you ready to harness the power of strategic silence to stand strong and calm in the face of life's storms? This is just the beginning of our journey into the attributes of those who speak less. Stay with us as we explore more Stoic wisdom that can transform your life, one mindful moment at a time. Now that we've mastered the art of strategic silence, let's dive into our second attribute, active listening. This isn't just about hearing words, it's about truly understanding the message behind them. In a world where everyone's fighting to be heard, those who speak less have discovered a profound truth. The real power lies in listening. Think about it. When was the last time you felt honestly heard, not just nodded at, but deeply understood? That's the gift that active listeners bring to every conversation, and let me tell you, it's a rare and valuable skill. The great Stoic philosopher Zeno once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say." But why is this so important? Well, when we truly listen, we're not just gathering information, we're building connections, fostering empathy, and gaining insights that can change our perspective. Imagine you're in a heated argument. Your instinct might be to interrupt, to defend your point of view. But what if instead you chose to listen, to set aside your ego and try to understand where the other person is coming from? This is active listening in action, and it's a game changer. Here's a challenge for you. In your next conversation, focus entirely on the other person. Don't think about what you're going to say next. Don't judge or evaluate their words. Just listen. Notice their tone, their body language, and the emotions behind their words. You might be surprised at what you discover, but active listening isn't just about others. It's also about listening to yourself. You can hear your thoughts more clearly when you're not rushing to speak. In the quiet moments, you can tune into your intuition, your values, and your true desires. As Marcus Aurelius put it, look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up if thou wilt ever dig. Now you might be thinking, this sounds great, but how do I actually do it? Here are a few practical tips. 1. Make eye contact. It shows you're engaged and present. 2. Ask questions, not to challenge, but to understand more deeply. 3. Paraphrase what you've heard. It ensures you've understood correctly and shows you're paying attention. 4. Practice patience. Don't rush to fill silences or jump to conclusions. Remember, active listening isn't about being passive. It's a deliberate choice, a powerful way to engage with the world around you. It's about quality over quantity, depth over superficiality. As you nurture this attribute, you'll witness something remarkable. People will be drawn to you. They'll trust you more, open up to you, and value your presence. Why? Because in a world where everyone's clamoring to be heard, you're offering something rare and precious, the gift of genuine attention. When we look at people who talk less, we find an important quality, being calm on the inside in a world full of noise and confusion. Those who have this quality are like lighthouses, steady, strong, and guiding others to safety. But what exactly is inner calm? It's not about being emotionless or detached. Instead, it's about finding a center of peace within yourself, a quiet strength that remains steady no matter what life throws your way. It's about responding to life's challenges with composure rather than reacting with impulsiveness. The great Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This, my friends, is the essence of inner calm. It's about understanding that while we can't control external events, we have absolute power over our responses to them. Picture this. You're stuck in heavy traffic, late for an important meeting. The old you might have honked the horn, cursed under your breath, and let stress and anger take over. But with inner calm, you take a deep breath. You remind yourself that getting upset won't make the traffic move faster. Instead, you use this time to prepare for your meeting or practice mental mindfulness. This inner calm isn't just about dealing with minor annoyances. It's a superpower that can help you gracefully navigate life's biggest challenges. With dignity, when you speak less and cultivate this inner peace, you become like a rock in a rushing river. The water, life's troubles, may flow around you, but you remain steadfast and unmoved. So how do we develop this attribute? Here are a few Stoic-inspired practices. 1. Practice negative visualization regularly. Imagine losing the things you value. This helps you appreciate what you have and prepares you for potential setbacks. 2. Focus on what you can control. Divide situations into things you can influence and things you can't. Direct your energy only toward what you can control. 1. Ward what you can change. Embrace discomfort voluntarily by putting yourself in challenging situations. This builds resilience and helps you maintain calm when real difficulties arise. 2. Reflect daily. Take time each day to review your actions. Were there moments when you lost your calm? How could you respond differently next time? Cultivating inner calm doesn't mean you'll never feel negative emotions. It means you'll be able to acknowledge these feelings without being controlled. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Developing this attribute will bring about a remarkable shift. Not only will you feel more at peace, but you will also influence those around you. Your calm presence will be a soothing influence in intense situations and a form of silent leadership that others naturally gravitate towards. As we explore our fourth attribute, we will reveal a quality that genuinely distinguishes those who speak less: the ability to take thoughtful action. In a world that often rewards quick reactions and instant gratification, these individuals stand out by pausing, thinking, and acting purposefully. Think about it. How often have you said something in the heat of the moment only to regret it later, or made a hasty decision that you wished you could take back? This is where the power of thoughtful action comes into play. It's about bridging the gap between impulse and action with careful consideration. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "First, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." This, my friends, is thoughtful action in a nutshell. It's about aligning your actions with your values, goals, and authentic self. Imagine facing a major life decision, a career change, or a significant relationship choice. Instead of rushing into it or endlessly overthinking, those who speak less take a different approach. They create space for reflection. They consider not just the immediate consequences, but the long-term impact. They align their choices with their core values and life goals. But thoughtful action isn't just for big decisions. It's a way of life, a habit that can transform even the most minor interactions. When you speak less and act thoughtfully, your words and actions carry more weight. People learn that it's meaningful and worth paying attention to when you say or act. So how can we cultivate this trait in our own lives? Here are some Stoic-inspired strategies. 1. Practice the pause. Before reacting to any situation, take a deep breath and create a moment of space between stimulus and response. 2. Ask yourself why. Before taking action, question your motivations. Are you acting out of habit, emotion, or true intention? 3. Consider consequences. Think about the potential outcomes of your actions, both short-term and long-term. 4. Align with values. Regularly reflect on your core values and ensure your actions harmonize with them. 5. Embrace amor fati. Love your fate. Whatever the outcome of your thoughtful action, accept it and learn from it. Remember, thinking carefully and taking action doesn't mean doing nothing. It's not about getting stuck by overthinking. As Seneca said, luck is what happens when preparation meets opportunity. Thinking carefully helps you be ready to confidently and purposefully take advantage of the right moments. As you develop this attribute, you will likely notice some profound changes. Your relationships may deepen as people appreciate your considered responses. Your decisions may lead to better outcomes as they align with your true intentions. Most importantly, you'll feel a greater sense of control and purpose in your life. Now you might be wondering how speaking less can lead to more confidence. Well, buckle up, because we're about to explore one of the most powerful secrets of Stoic wisdom. First, let's clear up a common misconception. True self-confidence isn't about being loud or dominating conversations. It's not about proving yourself to others. Instead, it's about deep, unwavering trust in your worth and abilities, regardless of external validation. The great Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This, my friends, is the cornerstone of unshakable self-confidence. Think about it. When you speak less, you no longer seek constant approval or validation from others. You're not filling every silence with words to prove your worth. Instead, You're comfortable in your own skin and secure in your own thoughts. This is true confidence, the kind that doesn't need to announce itself, but is felt by everyone around you. Imagine walking into a room full of people. The old you might have felt the need to speak up immediately to make your presence known. But with this new unshakable self-confidence, you're content to observe, listen, and choose your moments carefully. And when you do speak, your words carry weight because they come from a place of inner strength, not insecurity. So how do we cultivate this attribute? Here are some Stoic-inspired practices. 1. Focus on what you can control. Your actions, your thoughts, your responses. Let go of trying to control others' opinions of you. 2. Practice self-acceptance. Acknowledge your strengths and weaknesses without judgment. Remember, self-confidence isn't about being perfect. It's about being comfortable with who you are. 3. Set and achieve small goals. Build confidence through consistent action and achievement. 4. Embrace failure as a teacher. Don't let setbacks shake your confidence. Instead, view them as opportunities for growth. 5. Cultivate inner dialogue. Speak to yourself with kindness and encouragement. Your inner voice shapes your outer confidence. Remember, building unshakable self-confidence is a journey, not a destination. As Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." You're taking the first steps toward true self-mastery by speaking less and turning your focus inward. As you develop this attribute, you might notice some fascinating changes. People may start to gravitate toward you, drawn by your quiet confidence. You might find yourself more resilient in the face of criticism or setbacks. And most importantly, you'll discover a sense of inner peace that comes from knowing your worth doesn't depend on others' opinions. In our hyper-connected world, we often confuse quantity with quality when it comes to relationships. We count our friends in numbers, our connections in networks. But those who speak less have discovered a profound truth. It's not about how many connections you have, but how deep and meaningful those connections are. The Stoic philosopher Seneca once said, "Everywhere means nowhere." In the context of relationships, this reminds us that spreading ourselves too thin can prevent us from forming significant bonds. We create space for deeper, more authentic connections when we speak less. Imagine you at a social gathering. The old you might have flitted around, trying to connect with everyone, from conversation to conversation, making small talk and collecting business cards. But with this new approach, you might engage in fewer conversations, but each one is more meaningful. You listen intently, ask thoughtful questions, and share authentically. The result? Fewer superficial acquaintances, but more genuine friendships. So how do we master the art of meaningful connections? Here are some Stoic-inspired strategies. 1. Quality over quantity. Focus on nurturing a few deep relationships rather than maintaining many shallow ones. 2. Practice active listening. When someone speaks, give them your full attention. Listen to understand, not just to respond. 3. Be authentic. Share your genuine thoughts and feelings. Vulnerability breeds connection. 4. Value actions over words. Show your care through deeds, not just expressions. 5. Embrace solitude. Spend time alone to recharge and reflect. This makes your interactions more intentional and meaningful. Remember, meaningful connections are about more than being constantly available or always having something to say. As you acquire this attribute, you may notice significant changes. Your relationships could become more profound and rewarding. You might find yourself surrounded by people who really get you and value you. Most importantly, you'll feel like you belong, not because you're everywhere, but because you're fully present wherever you are. As we look into our seventh attribute, we're about to uncover a quality that truly sets apart those who speak less: an unwavering sense of purpose. In a world of distractions and fleeting trends, these individuals stand out by staying true to their core values and life mission. You might wonder how speaking less relates to having a strong sense of purpose. Well, my friends, it's all about clarity. When we reduce the noise in our lives, both external and internal, we create space to hear our inner voice and connect with our deepest aspirations. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have to assemble your life yourself, action by action." This powerful statement reminds us that a sense of purpose isn't something we stumble upon, but something we consciously build, decision by decision, moment by moment. Imagine waking up each day with a crystal-clear understanding of what truly matters to you. Not what society says should matter, not what your social media feed suggests is important, but what resonates deeply with your core values. This is the power of an unwavering sense of purpose. When you speak less and listen more, to yourself, to the wisdom of others, to the whispers of the universe, you begin to align your actions with your true purpose. You become less swayed by fleeting emotions or external pressures. Instead, you move through life with intention and direction. So how can we cultivate this unwavering sense of purpose? Here are some Stoic-inspired practices. 1. Define your values. Regularly reflect on what truly matters. What principles do you want to live by? 2. Set meaningful goals. Ensure your goals align with your values and contribute to your larger life purpose. 3. Practice daily reflection. Take time each day to consider whether your actions are aligned with your purpose. 4. Embrace obstacles as opportunities. View challenges not as setbacks, but as chances to reinforce your purpose. 5. Cultivate indifference to the non-essential. Learn to say no to things that don't serve your purpose. Remember, having a sense of purpose doesn't mean having your entire life figured out. As Seneca said, if one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable. Your purpose is your North Star, guiding you even when the path isn't clear. Learning to develop this quality can bring significant changes to your life. You may find it easier to make decisions that align with your main goal. When you face challenges, you may feel more satisfied. Most importantly, you will gain calm confidence by staying true to yourself. When discussing our eighth attribute, we focus on an important characteristic in our uncertain world: resilience. People who speak less have often learned how to bounce back and stay strong when facing tough times. Building this ability is incredibly valuable in a world that can feel like it's always throwing challenges at us. Now you might wonder, what does speaking less have to do with being resilient? Well, it's all about where you direct your energy. When you're not constantly reacting, complaining, or seeking validation through words, you're conserving your strength for what truly matters, facing life's challenges head-on. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This, my friends, is the essence of resilience. It's about developing the inner strength to weather any storm, to bend without breaking. Imagine facing a major setback. Maybe you've lost a job, ended a relationship, or faced a health crisis. The old you might have been overwhelmed, venting your frustrations to anyone who would listen. But with this newfound resilience, you approach the situation differently. You take a moment to pause, reflect, and gather your inner resources. Then, with quiet determination, you start to rebuild. So how do we develop this incredible attribute? Here are some Stoic-inspired strategies to boost your resilience. 1. Practice negative visualization. Regularly imagine challenging scenarios. This mental preparation can make natural obstacles feel less daunting. 2. Focus on what you can control. Direct your energy towards things you can influence rather than wasting it on factors beyond your control. 3. Embrace discomfort. Voluntarily put yourself in challenging situations. This builds your resilience muscles. 4. Develop a growth mindset. View setbacks as opportunities for learning and growth, not failures. 5. Cultivate emotional intelligence. Learn to recognize and manage your emotions rather than being controlled by them. Remember, resilience isn't about never falling down, it's about always getting back up. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." When you work on this attribute, you will discover that some beautiful changes happen. Things that seemed out of reach now seem relatively easy to accomplish. You may rebound more quickly from losses and challenges. Above all, you'll gain a self-assuredness that stems from the confidence that you can handle whatever the future holds for you. In our 9th attribute, we explore a quality that distinguishes those who speak less: the development of deep wisdom. While many value quick answers and surface-level knowledge, these individuals stand out by gaining a profound understanding of life and its complexities. You might be thinking, how does speaking less lead to greater wisdom? Well, my friends, it's all about creating space for reflection and deep thought. When we're not constantly filling the air with words, we open ourselves to observe, ponder, and genuinely understand. Seneca the Elder said, "It is a great thing to know the season for speech and the season for silence." This simple yet profound statement reminds us that wisdom often comes from listening to others, the world around us, and our inner voice. Imagine being in a heated debate. The old you might have jumped in with quick rebuttals, eager to prove your point. But with this newfound approach, you take a moment to listen, truly considering different perspectives. You speak less, but when you do, your words carry the weight of careful consideration and deep understanding. So how do we cultivate this profound wisdom? Here are some Stoic-inspired practices. 1. Practice critical thinking. Don't accept ideas at face value. Question and seek to understand more profound truths. 2. Commit to lifelong learning. Cultivate curiosity about the world around you. Never stop seeking knowledge. 3. Reflect regularly. Set aside time each day for quiet reflection. Process your experiences and extract lessons from them. 4. Pursue diverse perspectives. Engage with people and ideas different from yours. Wisdom often lies in understanding multiple viewpoints. 5. Apply knowledge practically. True wisdom isn't just about knowing things, but about living them. Apply what you learn to your daily life. Remember, wisdom isn't about having all the answers. As Socrates, a significant influence on Stoic thought, famously said, "I know that I know nothing." True wisdom often begins with acknowledging our limitations and remaining open to new understandings. Developing this quality can lead to significant changes. You may start making better decisions as you understand different situations more deeply. This may also lead to you becoming a trusted advisor to your friends and colleagues. Most importantly, you'll find a sense of inner peace as you start seeing the world more clearly and navigating it more skillfully. Friends, welcome to our final attribute. Today we're talking about the importance of effective communication. Speaking less often leads to better communication. Let's explore this concept further. In our constant chatter and information overload world, communicating with impact is more valuable than ever. But here's the twist. Impactful communication isn't about saying more. It's about saying what matters when it matters, in a way that resonates deeply. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This reminds us that effective communication often means stepping back, listening more, and speaking only when we have something precious to contribute. Imagine you're in an important meeting. While others are talking over each other, competing to be heard, you're observing, listening, and processing. When you speak, your words are thoughtful, precise, and impactful. People listen because they know you don't waste words. People listen because they know you use words wisely. This is the power of mastering impactful communication. So how do we cultivate this powerful trait? Here are some Stoic-inspired strategies. 1. Choose your words carefully. Before speaking, ask yourself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? 2. Practice concision. Learn to express complex ideas in simple, clear terms. 3. Develop your presence. Communication isn't just about words. Your body language, tone, and energy all contribute to your message. 4. Know your audience. Tailor your communication to the needs and understanding of those you're addressing. 5. It's okay to pause. Don't fear pauses. They can add emphasis and give others time to absorb your words. Remember, impactful communication isn't about dominating conversations or having the last word. As Marcus Aurelius said, "You always own the option of having no opinion. There is never any need to get worked up or to trouble your soul about things you can't control." By developing this quality, you may see some remarkable changes. Your words may have more influence in conversations. People may seek your opinion more often. Most importantly, you will feel that your inner thoughts and outward expression are more in line. Remember, speaking less doesn't mean being silent or withdrawn. It means being deliberate with your words and actions and developing inner strength and wisdom that shines outward. It's about prioritizing quality over quantity in all areas of life. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Stoic wisdom. May these traits inspire you to speak less and live more authentically, purposefully, and impactfully. Remember, the path of the Stoic is one of continuous growth and self-improvement, so keep reflecting, learning, and embodying these powerful attributes daily. Until next time, stay curious, stay resilient, and above all, stay true to your inner Stoic.